Alleluia, alleluia, alleluia. Since this is so, conduct your lives reverently during this holy season. You are in a strange land with the Lord. Alleluia. The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. Two of the disciples of Jesus that same day of the resurrection were making their way to this village named Emmaus, 7 miles distant from Jerusalem, discussing as they went along all that had happened. In the course of their lively exchange, Jesus approached and began to walk with them. However, they were restrained from recognizing him. He said to them, "What are you discussing as you go your way?" They halted in distress, and one of them, Cleopas by name, asked him, "Are you the only resident in all of Jerusalem who does not know the things that went on here in the last few days?" He said to them, "What things?" They said, "All those that had to do with Jesus of Nazareth, a prophet, powerful in word and deed, in the eyes of God and all the people, and how our chief priests and elders delivered him up to be condemned to death and crucified him. We were hoping that he was the one who would set Israel free. Besides all this, the third day, today, since these things happened, some women of our group have just brought us some astonishing news. They were at the tomb before dawn and failed to find his body, but returned with a tale that they had seen a vision of angels who declared he was alive. Some of our number went to the tomb and found it to be just as the women said, but him they did not see." Then he said to them, "What little sense you have! How slow you are to believe all that the prophets have announced. Did not the Messiah have to undergo all this so as to enter his glory?" Then, beginning with Moses and all the teachings of the prophets, he interpreted for them every passage of Scripture which referred to him. By now they were near the village to which they were going, and he acted as if he was going farther. But they pressed him, saying, "Stay with us. It's nearly evening. The day is practically over." So he went in to stay with them. When he had seated himself with them to eat, he took bread, pronounced the blessing, then broke the bread and began to distribute it to them. With that their eyes were opened, and they recognized him, whereupon he vanished from their sight. They said to one another, "Were not our hearts burning inside of us as he talked to us on the road and explained the Scriptures to us?" They immediately got up and returned to Jerusalem, where they found the 11 and the rest of the company assembled. They were greeted with, "The Lord has been raised. It is true. He appeared to Simon." Then they recounted what had happened to them on the road and how they had come to know him in the breaking of the bread. The Gospel of the Lord Jesus Christ.
Praise you, Lord Jesus Christ.
I'll turn a few times so I can get you guys back there too, but I'm not used to preaching from a lectern or anything. 7 miles, they ran that way. Or geographically, I'm a little disturbed. Whichever way. Which way is Jerusalem from here? There was this way? You don't know either. So we're all lost. Our guide is outside. They ran back to tell the apostles who were already gathered, who already met Jesus, because he appeared to them in the upper room, their story. And the apostles told their story. What's your story? What do I have to say about Jesus in my life? That's a story each one of us has to ask ourselves. Sure. Okay. How's this? Okay. Better for all you? Okay. And it's better for the pictures, too. Thank you very much. That's all right. That's all right. We'll go with it. So so they run back to 7 miles to Jerusalem, and they share the stories. And again, it comes to us. What is our story? How do we share our story of Jesus? How he touched us. Last night on our little prayer service, some of us shared how Jesus touched us. Some of us couldn't put it into words, how Jesus touches us. Some summarized it. Doesn't matter. There's no right way. There's no wrong way. If we're sharing how Jesus touches us, it's the right way.